Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Afrocentrist podcast, especially this segment, The Woman, Her Story, Her Impact. Now, today on the show, I have a beautiful, gorgeous lady all the way from Nigeria. This one, the topic that she wants to talk about today, because this is how she's currently impacting her world. She's going to be talking or zoning in on menopause. So, ladies, get in here. Please, there are a lot of things that are or that we experience as women that we have no clue or we're not really paying attention to. And menopause is one of them. Some of us, we have early menopause and we have no idea. And so we are struggling to get pregnant, struggling to, come to terms with the fact that maybe we are already facing menopause, even at age 35, 38, 40, 45, okay? This person I'm going to bring on today, she is a health and wellness coach. So she's going to be taking us through that process. What is menopause? Why do we need to pay attention to it as women? So today on the show, I have Glory Iwunor, all the way from Nigeria, but she's going to be in the studio with me here today. So don't go anywhere. Now it's time for you to grab your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, and your bottle of water so that we can dive into this conversation. And if you know any woman that should watch this, please send this video to them. If this is your first time watching or listening to the Afrocentrist podcast, and this segment, The Woman, Her Story, Her Impact, please click on the subscribe button right now and do ensure to turn on notification so that you are alerted every time we drop a content. I'll be right back with my guest. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit. I am a woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman? That's me, Maya Angelou. Welcome to this segment of the Afrocentrist podcast, The Woman, Her Story, and Her Impact, where I get to speak to women from across the globe, sharing their stories and how they are impacting their world. Coming to you every Wednesday, 4 p.m. GST, of course, with your favorite show host, the energetic EJ. So make it a date with me every Wednesday. The Afrocentrist podcast, proudly African. Yes, and my guest is here. Hi!
Hello!
Glow! Every time I hear the word or the name Gloria or Glory, I glow!
Glow with pride.
But isn't she glowing? She's glowing. Ooh, baby. Asanwa. Asampete. Omalicha. Beke.
Call me. It's me.
You're about to have fun on this show today. How are you doing, Gloria Iwunor?
I'm fine, thank you.
Dr. Gloria.
Oh, yes.
You know easy.
It's been a long time.
I know.
Oh, I missed you.
So good to have you back in town and good to have you on the show. And guys, watch out because this too, the grace will come out from here later on, but watch out. Maybe not on this platform, but you definitely see us. Just follow us individually.
Nice. Don't mind her.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So, Glory, first of all, let me do some trivia question. Tell us your secrets now. What's your secret to this glow? Just give me a secret. Give somebody one tip here.
I go drink water and mind my business. Hey, mind my business. The secret is drinking water. Drink water and do whatever that makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Absolutely, I love it. That water thing, I'm learning. I remember that it was during COVID that I started intentionally drinking water because before COVID, I know they to drink water like that, but during COVID, I was maybe because we were at home, and I worry too much about that is because when you drink a lot of water, it means that you have to go
to the
loo every time. So I worry oh my God, I have to be looking for where to pee up and down. But during COVID we were inside, so I was drinking water constantly. But then I fell off the bandwagon after COVID. So I'm working my way back. They are on my neck. She's one of the people that are on my neck. Drink water.
Drink water.
So I can see it like it's really water is life. We are 70% water, so it's why it is important that we drink water. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, let us hear your story. I mean, I know you do a lot of things. That's not news anymore for most of us women, right? We wear a lot of hats.
Of course.
I've known you as a fashion designer at some point. I've known you as a cosmetologist. But she has a brand. She has a skincare brand, perfume, soap, like bathing soap and things like that. But then I then recently seen you doing a lot around women, menopause, taking care of your hygiene and all of those things. So tell us your story. What birthed your journey to this point where you are now Dr. Glory, really zoning in on menopause for women?
The story long, but I'll try to make it shorter. Anyway, it started when during the COVID period, I was experiencing so many symptoms, and menopausal symptoms is similar to fever, typhoid fever, hay fever, malaria, and you might think that you are running mad at the same time. And I was experiencing all these things, and I didn't know what was actually happening to me until I went to the hospital. Trust me, Glory Ekene Iwunor will do self-medication. I was drinking all sorts of
Herbs.
So until I went to the hospital, and the doctor was like, "Whoa, it's you are approaching perimenopause."
Wow.
I was like,
At age what?
Say it here, doctor. I beg, take well. He said, I said what I said. I said, okay, fine. So he asked me to go back to the house and make inquiries if we have the tendency of early menopause in the family. I was like, who I go ask? Is it my mom? Is it my sisters? Who I go ask? And one of my sisters is a reverend sister. So how do you go and ask a reverend sister? Have you reached menopause?
Wow.
So I started paying attention to the signs, and I didn't actually ask anybody anything. I started paying attention to myself, and it took me a lot of time to convince myself that, woo,
this is true.
Yeah, me, Glory, hitting menopause. How?
Wow.
Whoa. So I went back to the hospital. I told the doctor, okay, I'm ready. What's
next?
Next. And he asked if I have a baby. I said no.
Wow.
So he said I should try. He first of all asked if I want to have a baby. I said, yes, no. But when I said no, I remembered my mom always calling. Alpha. Then my sister, Auntie Phil Daniels, I know you're watching me right now. She will say, I will speak it in Igbo. She will say, Obulugodovu, even if it's one. Every time this woman will call me on the phone, Obulugodovu, even if it's one. I said, okay, fine. So I thought about people around me. I thought about old age, because now old age, now the thing will tell for your body. So I decided to try. And I tried. Yes. And it happened. I have a baby girl now. She's going to be 2 in August. Pretty woman. I call her woman because she doesn't behave like a baby. So she's a woman. So that actually made me to
start paying attention
to menopausal crisis. What is menopause? How did I get here? What happened? I started doing research. I found the school for the course. I said, okay, fine. So I can actually go to school, do a course for this, and focus on the women. So I started doing courses. I started going to school. I went back to school, actually. I started doing courses, focusing on women. Now, the thing is, we women, a lot of us go through menopause without we knowing.
Yeah.
There are women who has gone into early menopausal stage, but they have no clue about it. And you'll be blaming village people. You'll be blaming maybe your mother-in-law, your papa-in-law, your sister-in-law, your old mother, or uncle-in-law, anybody, village people. You'll be blaming people unnecessarily. Meanwhile,
this is just a medical situation that if you knew about earlier, you'd be able to mitigate against it. Wow. But from your own experience now, it's a bit appalling, because I'm sure people will be like, how old are you that you are menopause?
If I tell you how old I am. You don't go believe her. This woman is turning 40 in August.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? So, like, that means that there are actually people, ladies, who are, let's say maybe they married late, for example. Maybe they married in their late 30s. And they have no clue that they even have early menopause. And that's why it feels like they're struggling to even get pregnant.
Yes.
They don't know. Or maybe they're even having delays, but they're not putting in their all to just try, test, and do everything. They just relax and like, okay, we'll pray about it. And I'm not saying prayer does not work.
Prayer works.
Prayer works wonders. But when you know exactly what the medical situation is, you're able to direct your prayer to say, God, even if I am premenopausal or this is menopause, you are the one who created me.
Give me one, only but one.
Do you understand? Right? So in your experience now, so what then happened since you started researching? What were your findings?
My findings, it's a bit surprise because more than 80% of women going through menopause without knowing that they are going through menopause. And you find out that 40% of these women going through menopause are people from the genetic early menopause. Yeah. So I will advise women to always check your health. Know your health status because it will help your healing. If you don't know about what you're healing, you won't heal properly. If this is menopause, sometimes it's not menopause. It could be something else. But if it's a menopausal crisis, you will start healing. And there is no miracle because what works for A might not be working for B. I met a woman in a conference the other day. She was like, her period stopped. She didn't have any sign. She didn't have any pain, nothing. And I was like, whoa.
You are lucky.
And another woman, a sister, beside her said it was tough for her. So you see, we are unique people with unique different stories.
Absolutely.
Menopausal crisis could come with a lot of challenges. From hot sweating, hot flushes, depression, because definitely you'll be depressed. Sorry.
Wow.
And fever, loss of memories, not being able to sleep well, a lot of things.
Oh, wow.
A lot of things. But it can actually be managed. Holistically. That's where I come in. Holistic Dr. Glory.
Holistic Dr. I love it. See, I see her saying it with pride. You know, when you love what you do, when you're passionate about what you do, you enter with pride anytime. Like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I can help you. So, Holistic Dr. Glow, give us 1, 2, 3 tips or signs that women watching this right now can, maybe they're already experiencing and they've been, like you said, if you were your normal self, you will not even go for medication. You'll just be treating malaria, how many times with malaria do you? How many times with typhoid do you that you just be treating? And
I was actually treating malaria and typhoid every 2 weeks.
Unknown to her, there is menopause. I used to quarrel my mom, like, Mom, stop it. Any small thing, say, I don't buy Panadol, I don't use paracetamol. I'm like, you used paracetamol 2 weeks ago. The signs came back again. Is this not a sign to tell you that this is not, it might not be typhoid or exactly? So what are some signs that they can watch out for, that when they start seeing that signs, they should please go to the hospital and see your doctor? Okay,
like number 1, which is very common in menopausal crisis. The one symptom is hot flushes. Like, for example, you have this sharp pain. You don't know where it's coming from, around your waist. Like, ting! And you're like, it disappears. And the funny part of it, you might be crossing the road and it happens. And you'll be like, whoa. Everybody will be looking at you. Like, if it's happening and we are recording this, if it comes, I'll be like, and people will be looking at you like,
you're not normal. Okay?
Is this woman experiencing something? Is she okay? So if you always have that sharp pains, like a sting, if you always have that, go for menopausal test. If you are having mood swing, like every small thing you will snap. You are good this time. In next 5 minutes, you are so aggressive. Check yourself. If you are having hard time sleeping, check yourself. If you are having loss of appetite, check yourself. I'm not talking about women who are at the age of 20, 25. From 35 down, check yourself. Even if you're not having these signs, check yourself. It could be early menopause. So you start
preparing your mind,
preparing yourself. Another thing is, if you're going through menopause, or if you're 35, 40, start taking care of your skin. Age doesn't mean you should look
haggard.
So start taking care of your skin. Start paying attention to everything about you, because you are actually manifesting from that lady to proper woman. I'm not saying that you are not a proper woman, but the journey is...
You're switching. There's a transition.
You're switching. You have to accept this place that you find yourself now. Okay, fine. Sometimes we see it as a bad sign. Oh, hitting menopause. There are advantages. You don't have to worry about taking after morning pills.
I'm a small child. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care.
But I do know.
Yes. You don't have to be scared of getting pregnant. Just fire, they go.
Fire, they go.
Not so. then, if you are not paying attention to building your empire, old age is knocking at your door. Start building. Start building. Because we women, we always think, okay, we are entering menopause. Oh, I'm in my menopausal stage. That means I'm getting old. Those things that you were not able to do, you'll start doing them. So wake up. If you haven't started building your empires, start now. I'm not talking about empire.
Wake up.
I'm not talking about empire. You can build empires. You are capable of doing that. And at this stage, you're not being worried about anything. Being pregnant for 9 months. Oh, it's going to stop me. Period cramp.
No cramps anymore. So it's time to, like, when you know, when you know you're able to then change your lifestyle to fit that season of your life. And I remember that conversation that we were having on that road trip, when the other lady was saying it was hard and all of that, and was asking, like, why are you paying attention to just menopause and not period? And I remember that conversation we were having, saying that, see, these are the phases of life. When you have, when you were 13, anyway, nowadays girls start menstrual cycle very early.
7, 8,
wow,
9, 10.
like amazing. Well, you see, so when you are that age, when you started, like, hey, now I'm officially a woman, right? And you go through it until now that cycle is about to stop. So it's just normal that if you are aware, that you just know, okay, it's a transition. I'm entering into another level. What I love what she said about there are the advantages. So you take advantage of it. So if you're a career person, you know that now I don't need to go on sabbatical leave for pregnancy. I don't need to say every month, I don't know when my period is going to come. During that period, there's mood swing, there's this, there's that. That is not out of the way. So now I can focus and get my, work in and all of that. But that will come only when you are aware. And I know that we have this fear, especially in Africa, we have this fear of checking up. Because we were like, see, what you don't know cannot kill you.
Nobody wants to go to the hospital.
Like, what you don't know cannot kill you. If I don't know that I have headache, it's fine. If I have any symptom, I'm going to take Panadol, it will go. But the moment you know, because some people, the moment they just know, if they diagnose you and say, oh, you have cancer, they will start dying.
Immediately.
You see, but the truth is, the earlier you know, because if you also know on time, God forbid, but if you know on time that you're diagnosed of, I know people who are survivors, and it's because they knew on time, they were able to curb it, they were able to go for chemo on time to kill that cancer, right? So let's not be afraid to go for checkups. Let's not be afraid. I know most of us are afraid of what we'll see. Like, let them not go and see something now start thinking about that thing. But no, don't think of it that way. Even if you have faith, apply your faith to it that, okay, if I go for this checkup, nothing is going to happen. And if there's anything, we're going to use our faith and medication to ensure that, yes, and take care of it. All right. So don't be scared, ladies. Go for a checkup. Early menopause is a real thing, and you can hear it from 35. So maybe you're already having those signs and you're 35 and you're still doing shakara for guys around that I want to marry you. You're thinking you still have time. You don't have time. If being a mom is important to you, if having a child is important to you as a woman, then you need to pay attention. So that if you know that you have early menopause, you can quickly make up your mind. Stop doing shakara. Say yes to that guy that is disturbing your life. Of course, now say yes, get pregnant, do your marriage, get pregnant and have your baby before it is too late for you. Yeah. So it don't look like it's village people that are doing you. Sometimes no village people even has any power on you if you don't give them the permission. All right.
And if you don't find out and you get pregnant during that menopausal stage, it becomes very tough.
There's also complications that comes with it.
Waist pain, because your body it's no more capable. So the tendency that the waist pain, the bones at the back of your
weak.
Yes, they're very weak, and it will become tough. Then second one is the tendency of you having
an affected baby, yeah?
Yeah, special
needs kids
baby is there. So you might have to talk to your doctor to run a test.
That's while you're once you find out you're pregnant. Yes. But if you know you're also in that premenopausal stage, so you can do all the tests to be sure
that your baby is safe. So it comes with a lot of complications. It's not as if we are preaching or I am out there telling women to pay attention to yourself or pay attention to your menopausal stage. No, it's not as if I am there telling them because I love to talk about it. I am telling them out of experience. I don't want you to experience what I experienced. It was tough. It was tough. And during labor, it was tough too. I advise people, if you are 20, after school, start thinking about settling down. 20 to 30. Because early menopause could come from 35. That is if you want to have a family. Some people doesn't actually want to have kids.
So that's okay.
Yeah. So if you want to have kids, it's okay. Once you are done with your degree, think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not saying you must do it, but you think about it, and still, because some of us, we also we get matured differently. Our experiences also add to our maturity, because some people, they have baby girl lifestyle. So 25, they are still tata.
Yeah,
they're still doing, hey, mommy, feed me, mommy, I don't know this, daddy, I don't know. But some of us at 18 we already know life. Yes. Like, guy, life is tough. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Glory Iwunor, for choosing to use your own story
to impact
women and say, you know what, I don't want others to go through what I'm going through. And so that's why she's even still in school. Like, she's currently doing her MBA on top of this matter. Like, okay, I want to really, really zone in on it so that I can really, really help the women that I come in contact with. So if people want to talk to you more, like, okay, they're experiencing, they want to go, because you're holistic, right? So you already have like herbs or things that people can actually use to manage that period of your life, right? If people want to contact you, how can they do this?
Of course, they can go to my Instagram account or simply log on to my website, www.holistichealthcoachglory.com. and talk to me. I will always be there. Or go to Instagram, just type in Holistic Health Coach Glory. I'll be there. Or go to Facebook and search for Glory Ekene Iwunor.
Awesome. On LinkedIn as well, she's
On
Glory
LinkedIn, Glory
Ekene
Ekene
Iwunor.
Iwunor.
Awesome. So I'll leave all the links to all our channels and websites in the description of this video, as well as in the description of the audio of this podcast. Okay, so you can connect with her, talk to her. She's a coach, so she's going to help you, diagnose you, talk to you. She's a coach and a doctor in this specific field. All right. So I mean, she has practiced nursing for a while too. So she knows what she's doing.
Why I didn't mention nursing
Nursing.
is because some of you are scared of injections.
Don't worry, she's not going to use injection for you. She'll just give you.
Your bum bum is safe.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, guys, thank you for being a part of the show today. Till I come your way again next week with another woman telling her story and how she's impacting her world. This is The Woman, Her Story, Her Impact, and I am the energetic EJ. If this is your first time again watching this channel, please do subscribe to this YouTube channel and subscribe to our audio channels as well on the podcast. You can search for us, The Afrocentrist Podcast, on all podcasting platforms and listen to all our different episodes. And we'll be back again next week on this segment. We have different segments, by the way. We have Business Mondays, we have Discovery Tuesdays, we have Thursday live sessions, and Fun Fridays. Some of them are not regular, but this is one of the most regular episodes or segment that we have on the show. So keep it with us next week, and I'll see you. Take care and have a fantastic week ahead. Bye.